Once a proud symbol of post-war housing, then an eyesore and sign of decay, Park Hill in Sheffield is in its third stage of existence, rebirth. The brutalist landmark is now nominated a second time for the Stirling Prize, the top award for excellence in architecture.
Some of these estates and their decline led to the belief that maybe architecture shouldn't be involved with housing, but if you look at the bones of this building and the way it's designed, it's actually brilliant. It's been a massive privilege being involved in showing that these kind of places can make good homes again.
Phase 2 of this project has created 195 flats and been praised for preserving much of the original structure while also creating modern, energy-efficient properties. Park Hill was originally a place solely for council tenants. Its regeneration has been about mixed usage, private owners alongside those renting at affordable rates.
Dustmen living next to doctors, that was the kind of idea at the time. And I think the mixture works here, actually, it really does.
But whereas the first phase had social housing, phase 2 has none. Something that has upset residents like Dave Watkins.
I really worried about it, and I still worry about it. This bridge that we're standing on is the divide between phase 1 and phase 2. And phase 1 has got a nice mix of social housing in it, and phase 2 has got nothing. And it's all very well offering like a discounted flat in terms of affordable housing, but that doesn't really help people who can't afford to buy a place anyway.
The developers Urban Splash say that once all 5 phases of the development are completed, 20% of the properties will be classed affordable. But they cannot say for definite how many of those will be social housing.
You might have all the social housing people in phase 1 and no one in phase 2, and there is a sort of, the haves and the have-nots in some way. Is that a concern?
It would be if it was sort of like that, but I think what's interesting about this place is that the 2 blocks are interconnected, and there are private renters and owners in phase 1 as well. So it's 40% of phase 1 is affordable tenures of various different kinds.
There's no separate entrance for social housing residents, as you get with a lot of new housing in London. And we really need more social housing, and the idea that we're selling off by right to buy that really valuable housing stock that's one of the most needed is bonkers.
Park Hill is not the only housing project nominated for the Stirling Prize. This is Chowdhury Walk in East London, and while it is far smaller than Park Hill, the majority of these new homes are for social rent.
When you're given that responsibility to produce this kind of housing, you're trying to elevate it. You're trying to elevate the status of it, show that that you care and that the council that's providing it cares. And I think it also represents something else to the wider community, which is that the council is investing.
The architects turned what was once a parking lot into 11 homes. The front door's not one straight line, but staggered so as to offer some privacy, while also looking out onto a brand new pathway for the community. For social housing tenants who have lived in the borough for years, this new type of housing makes them proud.
All council houses used to have a stigma attached to them, and it was like run down and no good, not habitable, and mold on the walls and all this sort of thing. But this one feels so different.
It's very beautiful. We are very proud of living here. It's amazing.
It's nice for us who can't afford to buy, that we can get such beautiful places.
Hackney Council sold 4 of these homes privately to facilitate having 7 social homes for rent in the absence of sufficient government funding.
There is a long history of social housing in this country, and it's had different statuses, and I think part of the responsibility of local authorities is to both build new and invest in that. And then I think in terms of the existing stock, the way that that's managed, the way that that's maintained, does need to be community-led as well.
The Labour government says it will deliver the biggest increase in social and affordable housing in generations. But as Chowdhury Walk and Park Hill show, while private developers can help, to deliver on a large scale, it will require significant public investment, not just to create homes for all, but quality homes for all.